Venom Boruto topics. That's a good question. Good point. Koji teaches Boruto all these new jutsus without basics and makes him OP. But
I need
Sasuke
to use that.
refused to teach him OP jutsus in part 1 and preached about basics.
I literally just said that, bro. I literally read it.
Oh, well. I literally didn't hear a single word you said. I was thinking the same thing when I was reading it. Like, I didn't say it out loud, Bushmaster, but like, especially considering Kamui would just disagree. But like, it's in Boruto's nature to try and find the shortcuts because he's a genius and because he just can. Like, that's how Boruto starts the story. That's Boruto's natural character. Kamui would say he's grown past it, but that's like saying someone who's addicted to gambling grows past gambling. Like,
well, they would. What do you mean? Because then they stop gambling.
No, they would stop. That doesn't mean
they do. People change.
Oh my god, you're so freaking dumb, bro. That doesn't mean they don't want to do it. They still have the natural instinct within them to gamble. They have an internal gambling problem that will never go away.
Natural instinct.
They can learn to control it so they don't spiral out of control.
Let me speak. First off, very rude of calling me
like
dumb.
I'm interrupting you.
Okay. Very disrespectful. Okay. Secondly,
I'm being disrespectful. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. Mrs. Smiling.
You're all good, my
friend.
You
forgive me?
You're all good. Yeah, I forgive you.
Okay, I'm glad that you could forgive me. So thank you for forgiving me. I'm really glad that we could settle that resolution dispute between us in that way, in that manner, as 100%. Well as quickly as we did.
Wait, let me speak.
You know, it takes 100%. A really big man to forgive someone like that, Mrs. Spiraling.
Oh my god, you're such a gaslighter. Stop it. If I prove that Boruto has a natural urge to cheat and get his way out of it, can't that just be like learned and a trait that's learned? Like you have to prove that's naturally him.
He did it in the first place because he's a genius. He was never taught it by anyone.
That's yeah, but who said genius is always? Who said geniuses always try to find the easy way out? You do know there's some people who are geniuses and always try to do it the proper way or the harder way.
It's not just that both exist.
Just assuming
the media itself connects the two ideas. It's because he's a genius that he's able to find workarounds and shortcuts to these techniques rather than master the fundamentals or basics.
Okay, regarding what stuff?
This goes back to the very first arc of Boruto. Bro learned Vanishing Rasengan before he learned the Rasengan.
Well, that can just be... You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of weird because the Vanishing Rasengan thing was kind of odd. You know why?
It's odd in several ways.
Because it's like... Yeah. It's you know what this makes me think? This is honestly something that's always made me think in my head. And it's something I've some people disagree with their point on this, and some people agree. Is that like, if Naruto was in the same position as Boruto, Boruto being someone who's taken care of, who isn't like mentally damaged like Naruto, right? Would he have done similar things? Because if you really look at like Naruto, only later in life does he start to do crazy crap. You know what I mean? And I guess the Vanishing Rasengan depends on your affinities and chakra control probably, but it's kind of weird because it seems as if I mean it's nature versus nurture argument, right? But I would say really I think the reason Naruto never got how Boruto is kind of the series shows it is because Naruto never had parents. I mean, Kishimoto likes to say it's a natural thing. I heavily disagree. I think I understand. I know his Japanese culture say he's naturally like this, but I disagree heavily. I think, you know, look at it from like the old Soviet perspective, or it's still a perspective in Russia, but like where like athletes are not born, they're made. Like you're made into something. Yes, you may have the qualities, but if you're not made into that, how are you supposed to, do that? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make much sense in my opinion. So that's what I personally think. I just think that if Naruto was in the same position as Boruto and had a good life, and Minato Kushina were alive, I think he would have been way stronger. Like physically, and I mean mentally he was always strong, but physically he would have been way stronger, and his skills would have been way higher. His chakra control, Naruto's got good chakra control. He's got some of the best chakra control in the series, right? And the only reason his chakra control was never good was because first off Kurama and lack of being taught as a kid. So I just think it makes a lot of most sense for Naruto to have the same thing as Boruto if he had parents. But sorry, Ood, go ahead.
Yeah, the problem is that Boruto's too skilled, so he never really had to struggle. Like, he's so physically strong that, like, mentally, he didn't have to do anything, which is the exact inverse of Naruto. Naruto had the endurance, stamina, and perseverance and motivation to get stronger, and he was weak.
Mm-hmm.
And so he trained like
Yeah.
heck because his training wasn't very effective, so he could become strong. Boruto was
Yeah.
born a natural prodigy genius, and Boruto's training is extremely effective, so he only has to train a little bit to get massively stronger.
Yeah, and it's like it's a talent versus hard work thing, and in a sense, it's kind of weird because in
Yeah.
a sense, Naruto is not talentless. Like he's very talented. Like you could argue one of the most talented in the series,
I don't
top
think he
five,
is.
honestly. But
In
like,
what way is he talented?
no, okay, but like actual talent is potential wise. Later in life, he did get it, obviously. But I think he would have been even more talented if he and had got even he would have been even more stronger than what we see him like in Shippuden and if Shippuden, but if he got training, earlier. I feel like he is very talented in terms of chakra control. Later on in the series, he manages to master the Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken. Obviously, Kurama is affecting his chakra control heavily was an issue, but later on after that, he got way stronger. I mean, if you look at like his taijutsu progression, damn, like his taijutsu gets so much better in the series, all the way from part one, like from part one, right, from the start of part one to the end of part one, taijutsu increases by a large amount. If you look at the start of Shippuden all the way to the end of Shippuden, that it's so different, right? And then if you look at the fight with Momoshiki, wow. If you look at the fight with Ishiki, wow, like his taijutsu keeps increasing. So he does have it, but like because your environment is not that good, you can't get as strong. But then later on in Shippuden, where his environment does slightly get better, does get better, he's able to actually like increase in bounds over like a year, like leaps and bounds in over a year or so. So I feel like his potential was never realized like until a certain time. I think like you look at like a good example is like if a sprinter, right? You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Ood?
Yeah.
You look at like a sprinter. If a sprinter, it's talented sprinter, trains the wrong way, right? Has the wrong rest times between sets and reps, doesn't do the right amount of sprinting, like what I mean, doesn't do the right amount of training. How is he supposed to like reach his full potential? Now, let's say that you give this guy training for 4 years and it's complete crap training, right? Or like it's good enough, but he's running like I don't know, he's running 10.6, 10.7, right? He's not that fast. Yeah, he's fast. He's faster than that, than way faster than the average athlete, but he's not fast. You give him like a good training plan for 2 years time, give him another 2 years, but with really good training, hitting personal best. He's PBing, right? Meaning personal best. So he's hitting like 10-1, 10-2, maybe even breaks sub 10 seconds, right? He gets 9 seconds. What I'm trying to say is that with the right training methods, you can build someone into actually something good. Obviously, bearing in mind they have good talent for or genetics for the certain thing, which Naruto does have and always has had. But because of his lack of like training, providing his environment, he wasn't able to grow as much. This is like there's many studies that prove that kids that are in less fortunate situations aren't able to grow or physically or not physically. Well, yeah, physically or like especially mentally, academically, they're not able to grow as much because of their surroundings. How people hate them, bullying. How mentally like they can't actually do this kind of stuff because they're not in a physically, mentally they're not in the right mind. Or not in my right mind, mentally they're what's it called? Mentally they're broken or how do I explain this? But like they don't have like things in to keep them comfort, like to keep them like surrounded. You know what I mean? If you look at like if someone has a happy family all the time and life is good for them, they're able to do academically way better generally. This studies prove this. And then if you look at like someone who's gets abused by a family and stuff like that. I know someone like this also, but they've been abused in their life, right? And now they're like mentally very different, right? Um, because of, you know what I mean? And I feel like this kind of stuff, it's kind of sad. There is a lot of truth to it. I do think 100% Naruto is someone who would have been way stronger if he had the right surroundings and if he actually had parents, you know what I mean? And people didn't bully him, you know, you know what I mean?
Well, we get that through Menma, but I like the sentiment, but I disagree. I think Naruto overcame his lack of talent, because I don't think Naruto is talented. I think he overcame that through other methods. He just found tremendous strength through other ways, and that's Naruto's way. He's very adaptable as a person, anyways. I think using the studies you're using as your evidence, again, the studies you're using is good evidence, but you can't take real life studies and apply them to Naruto without considering
Yes,
how
yes.
they. I'm trying to explain. You can't do it without
Like,
considering
Naruto was the same
how
way.
they could be different. They don't apply
How could it
equally
be?
to the
Tell me.
exact same in the Naruto universe. So the
Tell me
question is, how
How?
are they different, and to what degree are they different? You need to answer
Prove it
both
then.
of
Prove it
those.
then. It's your burden of proof. How is it different?
I don't
Prove it then.
feel
How's it
like
different?
proving
It's your
it.
burden of proof.
I'm just gonna say
You
it
okay?
without
You
proving
can
it.
see. Thank you.
Well, no,
Because
I'm
guys,
right.
chat.
I just don't feel like
You're
proving
gonna ask
I'm
you, bro.
right. People can choose to
Yo,
believe
bro.
me or not. I don't care to convince you.
I'm
just telling you the
Oh,
truth.
you're so funny, man.
Thank you.
Wait, let me switch to my computer. Give me a sec.